Hey there. Alright, we're going to be doing bio today. It is on page 30 of your roots book. And it says, the root bio, meaning life, combines with sym, meaning together, to form an interesting word, symbiosis, the living together of two dissimilar organisms, usually for the benefit of both. For example, the hermit crab lives among the lethal tentacles of the sea anemone, and is protected from its enemies by the stinging power of the tentacles. The anemone, on the other hand, is carried in the claws around the back of the hermit crab to new feeding grounds. Thus, the symbiosis is beneficial to both. Pretty cool, right? Go ahead and highlight your root, underline your meaning, just like we always do. Our first word is autobiography. It comes from the roots auto, meaning self, bio, meaning life, and graph, meaning to write. So, to write about your self-life, right? It's a noun. An account of a person's life written by that person. Go ahead and highlight and underline there. The Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin is a classic. And you can see here on Amazon, here's Benjamin Franklin's autobiography, right? He wrote a book about his own life. And then it gets 4 stars. That is pretty classic. I like it. Our next word is biodegradable. Biodegradable is a noun. It means capable of being broken down by living microorganisms and absorbed by the environment. Now, I'm going to point something out. Your book says this is a noun, and it can be, but often it's instead used as an adjective. So listen to this sentence, and you'll see what I mean. She switched to a biodegradable detergent, which would not pollute the streams. Okay, so here it's actually describing what kind of detergent it is. It's a biodegradable detergent, so it is actually an adjective here. Be aware of that. Okay? If you look here, this is a pen actually that is in part biodegradable. So you take it apart when you're finished with it and you put it down in the ground, in dirt, and look, over a matter of weeks it biodegrades. So you can see that pen is capable of being broken down by living microorganisms and absorbed by the environment. Very nice, right? Next we have biofeedback, a technique for consciously regulating a bodily life function thought to be involuntary, as a heartbeat or blood pressure, by using an instrument to monitor the function and to signal changes in it. She found that she could slow her pulse by using biofeedback. Biography, from the roots bio meaning life and graph meaning to write, a written account of someone's life. So before we had an autobiography, right? And Benjamin Franklin wrote his own autobiography. That's what auto, self, changes about this word. So when it's autobiography, you wrote your own. When it's biography, anybody could write it, okay? So for instance, this is the Martin Luther King Jr. page of the Nobel Peace Prize website, right, because he won a Nobel Peace Prize, and it has his biography on it. And if you look, when you scroll down to the bottom, you read all kinds of greatness about his life. Down here, it says selected bibliography. So these were the sources that this information about his life was taken from. So we know that this was not actually written by Martin Luther King Jr., right? This was written by someone else about him, hence the reason they had to source different things about where their information came from. Alright, next is biology. From the roots bio meaning life and logy meaning study of, so the study of life. Specifically, biology, this noun, means the study of plant and animal life. So sunflowers, apples, bunnies, frogs. I only chose cute things, sorry guys. I like things that are adorable, so we went with that. So it says biology includes botany and zoology. So that sentence is saying, like, botany is the study of plants specifically, and zoology is the study of animals specifically. But biology is like an umbrella over both of those. Okay? Next is biopsy. It's a noun. From the roots bio meaning life and op meaning sight, so this being able to see life, kind of, right? The examination of tissues removed from the living body. The biopsy revealed that the growth was benign. So if someone has a tumor, we do a biopsy and we look at the We look at the cells under a microscope to see what kinds of cells we're talking about. Are these cancerous or not? Is this malignant or benign, right? Biosphere. The biosphere, this is a noun, is the part of the Earth extending from its crust out into the surrounding atmosphere in which living things exist. Many parts of the biosphere remain to be explored. And some really cool students up at the university, at Michigan State University, I believe, have created this marvelous parody of Lady Gaga to help you understand the biosphere. We're not going to listen to too much of it, but a little bit never hurt anybody. Okay, I think that did me, but, pretty interesting. So the biosphere is pretty much any part of the Earth where people or things or plants, animals, whatever, can live. Microbes, okay? Symbiosis, from the root sym meaning together and bio meaning life. Symbiosis is the living together in close union of two dissimilar organisms, often to their mutual benefit. Pretty cool, huh? Now I do want you to note here that symbiosis is a noun, okay? So let's look at the sentence. The symbiosis of algae and fungi forms lichens. Pretty cool. And then we have the word symbiotic. Remember, IC often means adjective. Yep, that's the case here. So the same two roots, sym meaning together and bio meaning life. And it means living together in a close relationship, often to the benefit of both. So this is what we talked about earlier on, sea anemones and, hermit crabs. Or, if you look down here, anemone fish and anemones have a symbiotic relationship. Let's see another one. In a symbiotic relationship, ants protect defenseless aphids and then milk them for their honeydew, right? So it's good for the aphids because the ants protect them, they don't get, injured by other animals, and then it's good for the ants because they get the honeydew. Alrighty. Alright, and the last thing you need to know is you need to do exercise 1 this week. It is practicing putting the bio words in sentences. And then your Kia over bio will be due on Thursday, the same day that our quiz will be. So, have a good week, study hard, don't forget to study those old roots too. Bye!